The Rat Race, Verses in Honor of Master Rennyo Shonen by Gansen John Welch Sensei. Living in samsara, enslaved by ignorance and negative karma, we are like rats caught in a trap, and like dogs who uselessly bark and yap. Unable to break out, we run frantically and futilely about. Samsara is a realm where all your nightmares come true, and where all your dreams, however many or few, seldom if ever do. This is the truly wretched reality and unavoidable actuality of samsaric existence, but due to our self-deception, lack of wisdom, compassion and comprehension, we all too often fail to recognize or acknowledge this fact to ourselves or others, such as Dharma teachers, sisters or brothers. The solution to this sad situation is to listen to the wise Dharma Masters and teachers who teach true Amida Dharma. If we are serious and sincere seekers and students of Dharma, we will seek a good teacher and listen and learn, like a lonely man or woman who yearns for friendship, love and companionship, and looks for a loving, long-term relationship. Do not waste this precious human life, beset by so much misery, suffering and strife, as it is still the best opportunity to be finally and forever free from endless births and deaths in samsara, caused by folly and evil karma. Thus taught Shakyamuni Tathagata. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu. Thank you, Amida Buddha. Homage to Amida Buddha. I take refuge in Amida Buddha. The above verses were inspired by the following passages from the letters of Master Rennyo Shonen Ofumi, Gubanshu. Fascicle 4, on 6 items. As the Thanksgiving services this month are an annual ceremony of long standing, there has been no lapse up to now in our 7-day observations of them. On this occasion, therefore, followers from various provinces come with an earnest resolve to repay their indebtedness and express their gratitude. They devote themselves to the fundamental practice of the Nembutsu, saying the name of the Buddha. This is indeed the virtue of the single practice and the single-mindedness through which birth in the Pure Land is settled. In regard to those on pilgrimages from the provinces, however, it seems that few dwell in the same faith or anjan. The reason for this is that their aspiration is not truly for the Buddha Dharma, and if they are simply imitating others or following social convention, it is indeed a lamentable situation. For when those in whom the settled mind is yet to be realized, or mianjan, do not even discuss their doubts, they betray the utmost lack of faith or fushin, and so, although they endure a journey of thousands of ri and undergo great hardships in coming to the capital, it is to no purpose at all. This is utterly deplorable. But if they are people lacking good from the past, perhaps we must say that it cannot be helped. Item. Although it seems that the Buddha Dharma has been flourishing in recent years, we hear that those who hold the position of priest are indeed the last ones to hold any discussion whatsoever of faith. This is deeply lamentable situation. Item. There are many humble followers who hear the truth of other power faith without seeking instruction through the temples, and it is said that priests have been angry about this. This is preposterous. Item. There is a point to be borne in mind by each of those who come on pilgrimage from the countryside. It is inexcusable for them to discuss the Buddha Dharma with no hesitation about being among outsiders or being on main roads and byways, at checking stations and on ferry boats. This must definitely stop. Item. If there is a situation in which someone asks an Embutsu person in our tradition what sect he belongs to, he should not answer outright that he is an Embutsu person of this sect. He should simply reply that he is an Embutsu person of no particular sect. This, in other words, is the conduct of one who, as our master taught, will not be seen as a follower of the Buddha Dharma. Be thoroughly aware of this point and give no outward sign of being a participant in our tradition. This indeed is the right understanding in regard to the conduct of Nembutsu people in our tradition. Item. Even if you feel that you understand the significance of the Buddha Dharma, having listened through sliding doors or over a hedge, faith will be decisively settled only by your repeatedly and carefully asking others about its meaning. If you leave things to your own way of thinking, there will invariably be mistakes. It has been said recently that there are such instances these days. Item. You should ask others, time after time, about what you have understood of faith, until other power, faith or anjan, is decisively settled. If you listen but once, there will surely be mistakes. The above 6 items should be carefully borne in mind. I have noticed recently that, although everyone listens to the Buddha Dharma, there is no one who has undergone a true and real settling of faith by just hearing the teaching in a general way. Consequently, their realization of settled mind too is not as it should be. Respectfully, Bunmai 16, 1484, 1121. Fascicle 4, Letter 13, Reflections in Early Summer. Fall and spring have slipped away, and it is already the middle of early summer in the 7th year of Mayo. I have grown old. I am 84. This particular year, however, I have been seriously beset by illness, and as a result, my whole body has suffered, ears, eyes, hands, and feet. I realize then that this is in itself the outcome of past karma, and also the harbinger of birth in the land of utmost bliss. Master Honen said, pursuant to this, practitioners who aspire for the Pure Land are filled with joy when they become ill. These are his very words, and yet it never occurs to me to rejoice over illness. I am a shameful person. This is disgraceful. It is deplorable. Nevertheless, according to our sect's teaching of completing the cause of birth in the Pure Land in ordinary life with the awakening of the one thought moment of entrusting, I am now settled in the single path of faith or anjan. My saying of the name in grateful return for the Buddha's benevolence is therefore unceasing. Walking, standing, sitting or lying down, I am never forgetful. What follows are the reflections of this foolish old man. Generally speaking, and observing the attitude of followers of this sect in the various places where I have stayed, I have found no indication of faith being clearly and decisively settled. This is most lamentable, for if, in testimony to this old man, having already lived some 80 years, there were a flourishing of practitioners for whom faith was decisively settled, this might be considered the mark of a long life. But I see no sign at all of faith being clearly settled. What are the grounds for this lament? Considering what the human realm is a place of uncertainty for young and old alike. We will surely undergo some sort of illness and die. Everyone must understand that, given the circumstances in a world like this, it is essential that faith be settled decisively and promptly. Indeed, as soon as possible, and that we be assured of the birth to come in the land of utmost bliss. It is also essential that we live out our lives after that in conformity with the ordinary circumstances of human life. We must think seriously about this, and deep within awaken the aspiration to entrust ourselves single-mindedly to Amida. Respectfully, Mayo, 7, 1498, the first day of the middle period of early summer, written by an old priest, 84 years of age. If ever we are able to hear the name of Amida, let us all entrust ourselves. Namo Amida Butsu.